On the morning of her wedding, Grace Holloway vanished from her dressing room, leaving behind a white dress, a half-written letter, and a blood-stained veil. But when police checked the records, something didn't make sense. Grace Holloway never existed. It was meant to be the happiest day of her life. Grace Holloway, 29, elegant, quiet, and deeply religious, was marrying Andrew Trent, a respected surgeon from Chicago. The ceremony was set in St. Augustine Chapel, a Gothic church on a hill that had stood since the 1800s. Guests described Grace as nervous but radiant. The wedding planner said she kept whispering the same words. "If he sees the letter, everything ends." But no one knew what the letter meant. 30 minutes before the ceremony, Grace went to her dressing room with her maid of honor, Eleanor. Eleanor stepped out to get perfume, and when she returned, Grace was gone. At first, everyone thought it was nerves. But then they found something chilling on the mirror, written in lipstick. The bride was never real. Her phone, purse, and ID were still in the room. But when police searched, there was no record of a Grace Holloway in any database. No birth certificate, no social security, no trace of existence. Even her driver's license number belonged to someone who died in 1987. Andrew insisted she was real. He showed photos, messages, and love letters. But detectives noticed something odd. In every photo, Grace's face was slightly blurred, as if she was never fully there. Her coworkers? None could remember her last name. Her apartment lease? Signed 6 months ago, but the owner swore he'd never met her in person. Then came the biggest twist. Fingerprints from the dressing room belonged to a woman named Mara Keene, who vanished in 2018 after being accused of identity theft and forgery. Grace Holloway was actually Mara, a con artist who had changed her appearance multiple times. But this time, something went wrong. In the half-written letter left behind, detectives found one chilling line before it trailed off in blood. "If Andrew learns what I did to his brother, he'll never forgive me." That line flipped the case. Turns out Andrew's younger brother, Daniel, had died in a car accident 3 years earlier. But forensic reports from the new evidence showed that his car had been tampered with. DNA on the tampered wires. Mara Keene, aka Grace Holloway. She killed Andrew's brother years ago, assumed a new identity, and fell in love with Andrew himself. The wedding day was when someone, maybe Andrew's mother, had finally found out. 2 days after the disappearance, security footage from a nearby bridge showed a woman in a wedding dress standing at the edge at dawn, and a dark figure approaching her. Moments later, the camera glitched. When it came back, both figures were gone. The next morning, Andrew Trent's car was found abandoned, engine still warm, near the same bridge. Inside the trunk, the rest of Grace's letter. The final line read, "If love can erase the truth, then maybe I was real after all." Neither Grace nor Andrew was ever seen again, and when police traced the fake identities she'd used, they found one that had been opened the day after the disappearance, under a new name, Clara D. Trent. Was Grace Holloway ever real? Or just another identity built from guilt and obsession? Some say the ghost of the bride still walks the church grounds, waiting for a ceremony that never began. Others believe she started a new life, wearing a different name, another stolen smile, and the same red lipstick that wrote her final message. The bride was never real.